You are now tuned in to the Who I Am show hosted by your boy, Executive Z. And we are here with a special guest, Reginald Prevail. What's going on with you, man?
My guy.
What's good? So look, before we get started, the Who I Am show is officially an affiliate with Purely CBD.
Yes,
Purely
sir.
CBD is a CBD company that has awesome products to help with numerous health benefits, whether it be pain, epilepsy, muscular sclerosis, ADHD, anxiety, stress, arthritis, all of those great things. That affiliate link will be up very soon. And you can go on there and purchase from the Who I Am link in our bio on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Please check out that product because this product can help change your life, how you feel, and other members in your family as well. All right, so let's get this party started. So we here with Mr. Reginald.
With Xander Hinton.
Yeah,
My
what's
guy.
going on?
What's up, man?
Man, it's a pleasure. You came out to the city. You making plays.
Appreciate it.
You working day and night. Kid Cudi, day and night. You feel me? All right.
Sure.
So
For sure.
let's get the ball rolling. So tell us a little bit about you
Yeah.
and who you are.
Yeah, my name is Reggie Prevail.
Okay.
And I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. Went to school in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I consider my life a fancy suit that was stitched in Norfolk
Facts.
and tailored in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
I just appreciate 757 and everything it's taught me. I am a product of two hustlers, so I had no choice but to become a hard worker and an entrepreneur. Both of my parents were entrepreneurs coming up, so I got to see, my dad as a real estate investor and agent. I got to see my mom as a beauty consultant, I love to call her, hairstylist, and she also sold makeup and things like that. So I just, I'm a product of that, and that's pretty much everything about me. I mean, some of my experiences.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hold on. All right, so first off, this dude then founded a couple things, man. First off, we want to talk about option 2.
Yeah.
Man, when I seen you drop that when I was out at Norfolk State,
Yeah.
we was out there rocking, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
College boys living that life,
For sure.
doing our thing.
For sure.
And I seen you was out in the community being an advocate, making serious plays. And option 2, you was really giving kids that option. You know what I'm saying? There's other options outside of that football scholarship and, these other things that don't pertain to just sports. So tell us a little bit about option 2.
Yeah, Option 2 was the first company I created. Option 2, the entire purpose of Option 2 was to help athletes prepare for life after sports.
Got you.
So I wanted to start on the middle school and high school level because that's when most people stop playing sports.
Facts.
If you're blessed, you get to go to college and play. If you're super blessed, you get to go to the professional level. I stopped playing in high school. I knew after my junior year when I couldn't play football because of my academics that, college was probably not in the, probably not in the realm of what I would be doing in terms of sports. So I just kind of shifted gears. And me shifting gears in that year and volunteering with different organizations, the Noble Teams, Operation Smile, I joined DECA, I was a member of FBLA. That time period helped me shift my mindset. Mindset is everything, no matter what you want to do. If you want to be an entrepreneur, an astronaut, a lawyer, a teacher, whatever you want to be, the mindset has to shift towards that. And that time period helped me shift. So I wanted to start with high school students to teach them that, hey, you have to learn option 2. You got to make sure you have a backup plan. We created a 7-week curriculum. We went over financial literacy, public speaking, business etiquette, diner etiquette, networking, everything. It was awesome, man.
I got to witness some of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I came to one of the schools that you were involved in.
Right, you
And
did.
you
You
feel
did.
me? I tapped in.
No, for sure.
And it was dope just to see how you were structuring the young men and women and how you were changing their vernacular and how they should speak to each other because words have energy. You know what I'm saying?
Most certainly.
And how you speaking to someone, depending on the words that you say, can change the whole conversation or the temperament in the room.
Yeah.
So I think that was dope. Changing you know, the words that you say first
Right.
translate to everything else, because that's
Yeah.
internal.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So
For
you was
sure.
building the internal of these people
For sure.
or these young men and women.
For sure.
So that was
Yeah.
dope to witness that.
And leading up to that was like different internships.
Mm-hmm.
I did the Disney College program. I was in Orlando for 9 months. I worked at Apple for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So some of those experiences helped lead to Option 2. And I tell people, and it's not like I've reached the level that I want to reach in terms of success,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the reason why I've been able to succeed in certain areas in life is because I started a lot earlier with wanting it and shifting my mindset towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always say, like, you know, I went to a few events in the union, you know, but for the most part, you know, before I go to a campus party, I'll be in the library before I have my own office. You know
Facts.
you know, or we will meet up in the nursing building. At Norfolk State and get it in, or meet in the parking lot and talk and chop it up. We'll go anywhere and meet up and bring a whiteboard. You know, you just gotta have that. It gotta be in your mind. You know, you gotta really shift the mindset.
So that's cognitive, and that's our key word on this podcast.
Yes,
cognitive experiences. So that those experiences and you remembering those things from the past led to, you know, your success pattern in the future.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
For
And
sure.
that exposure. I mean, that's key. You know what I'm saying?
It's
So,
key to everything. Anything you want to do.
Facts.
Anything you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So next, Playmakers Club. I mean,
Are you going through the whole?
Yeah, I mean, we ain't gotta go through everything.
Nah, let's do it. Let's do it.
So we got Playmakers.
And that's
it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We was together.
Yeah,
We
I
was
know.
together.
We was chopping it up. We was
probably together every day that summer. Yeah,
Bruh, that's
for sure.
facts.
That was 16 or 17. Yeah.
Bro, that video was crazy. When you
Yeah.
told me you edited that, I was like, bro, you
Oh, yeah,
killed
I
that.
did edit
That
that.
was official. He was like, yeah, I went ahead and edited it real quick. And I didn't really know how to edit that good, did
Shout
I
out to
was
the
like-
cameraman. The cameraman he got some good footage.
Yeah.
Take him to church did the footage, which was dope for me because he used to do he still do the rap videos, but I remember seeing his rap videos from when I was in high school.
Facts.
So the fact that he did the video footage for my event, though, it was a dope event. The first Playmakers Club event was a private invite only event. We had 100 people, invite only. They got the address the day of the event, and they had to apply to join. The key question was, if you could be anybody tomorrow, who would you be? And anybody that chose to be anyone outside of themselves, I believe we didn't allow them.
Yeah. Bruh. Hey, but man, like just that alone shows you like it's possible. You know what I'm
For sure.
saying? Like to bring out that crowd of people in such a short period of time.
Oh, for sure.
In a matter of, 12 hours to 8
sure.
hours, people tapped in.
For sure.
It's people out here that's hungry. They just
sure.
need outlets such as that. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I put all my dogs on stage.
Yeah.
We ain't bring nobody. Xander was on the joint. Xander, Tony,
Tim.
Delmar think got up there. I'm missing somebody.
Who else?
I don't remember.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
You
Well, I mean,
did.
I was, of course, James was on the joint.
James,
James went up there. But yeah, we was, they were with me through some of the planning stages. So I just felt like it was only right to, put the gang on stage, and everybody had their own thing they were bringing to the table. And it was a really dope experience.
Yeah, it was.
And Playmakers Club taught me that you have to learn how to pivot, and you got to learn timing.
Timing and chance. That's a biblical scripture, bro.
For real, you need to hit me to that.
Timing and chance, bro.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll talk
you
about
just-
that after
yeah,
that.
yep,
Hit me to that.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to soak up all that.
Facts.
Spiritual, biblical.
Yeah,
I need that in my life. So, but what I realized about Playmakers Club is the concept was before its time at that time. So when we had that initial event, it gave me a taste, but I knew there's a lot of funding and a lot more structure that need to be. And that was your thing at that time.
Yeah.
Your word was structure. It's about the structure. Reggie is about the structure, bro. So, we got to make sure that it's structured in a way that it can be self-sustainable and that it can run without me. That's one of those businesses that will be here years and years and years down the line if it's built properly and the foundation is correct. So I just didn't want to, skip any steps, and it's gonna come back. But when it come back, it's gonna be way, way bigger.
Definitely.
Way, more solidified. So I appreciate you bringing that.
Oh yeah, it ain't
the
nothing,
Playmakers Club. I gotta send you that footage so you can show them how we got down.
Yeah, it's on the IG too, y'all. So y'all can look on there too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we definitely gonna show y'all a little bit of taste of that.
Yeah.
And next, and we got a whole list of things, but look, we gonna get to the next move, man. Hey, my boy then started the trucking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Prevail Homes Trucking.
Yeah.
Sir.
It's Homes.
Homes Prevail.
No, that's cool.
Okay,
the business is Homes Prevail Enterprises.
Okay.
But we doing business as Beast Coast Trucking.
Okay.
I mean, it's when you creating businesses, like the goal is to make money initially. But in order to sustain yourself and to be able to sustain the lifestyle off of your business, you want to make it a business that's self-sustainable.
Exactly.
That can run when you're not
there.
Exactly. So before Homes Prevail Enterprises, I started Prevail Group. And I still, I still run and own Prevail Group. We do business development and project management consulting, and I do that every day. What I realized with Prevail Group is if I take a week off, then Prevail Group doesn't make any money, right? Well, it may, but eventually clients will start looking like, well, hey, where's Reggie at?
Yeah, where are you?
So in order to create passive income, me and Jalen started to talk more. We actually, in our initial conversations wasn't about a trucking company. We were just talking about passive income.
Facts.
He used to come out to some of the Option 2 programs, and he was one of the first major donors to Option 2.
Okay.
And we just started to talk more about passive income and different business ideas. Every time he had an idea, he'll call me. We'll be on the phone talking for an hour, 2 hours about these different ideas.
Facts.
And one day I said, hey, look, man, or maybe he called me. He said, what do you think about trucking? I was watching an interview with Alex Burton.
Okay.
Alex Good Energy. Shout out to Alex Good Energy. I was watching an interview with him in the Earn You Leisure.
Yeah, Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. Y'all doing y'all thing.
For sure. One day you'll be up there. I'll be up there. One day.
We on our way.
Yeah, but so I was watching that interview, and I said, yo, you're not going to believe it. I'm actually watching the interview about trucking right now, like how to start a trucking business. And he called me probably 10 times that day.
Word.
Probably back and forth. We were calling each other probably like 5 times a piece, just thinking of different ways we can make it work. And eventually we were like, well, look, let's joint venture on this course first. It was a $2,000 course. You pay $1,000, I pay $1,000. Let's get this course, and then we'll see, how we like the course and if it's something that we can do. I'd rather take a $2,000 loss than a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 loss. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So we paid for the course, and we just started to connect and build, and we seen like what it could grow into, and then we said, man, let's shoot.
Yeah.
And we got on the phone. We said, it makes sense for us to do it together versus doing it separate. And just 2 months later, 3 months later, we got our truck, we got our driver. We got some really good insurance. I got the insurance plug. Call me. No,
Facts.
Plug my insurance guy.
So what y'all making that play? I know there were moves outside of that course that you had to maneuver through because courses, they are very important and very essential to help you speed up. You know what I'm saying? Rather than having to get nitty gritty, take months of research. You know what I'm saying? So that was definitely a beautiful thing. Right. But there were some other things that you probably had to get through.
For sure.
And people don't really understand. Like, it's not just peaches and cream after that course, bro.
Oh, no.
So talk to us a little bit about, getting through those hoops and maneuvering.
Right. So with anything, you have your instructions, and then you have executing on those instructions. You actually posted something on Instagram recently about that, about like having a plan and then executing that plan. Yep. So we had the plan. We knew what needed to be done, but some things we didn't account for. It's just coronavirus. Coronavirus. You know what I mean? COVID-19. COVID-19 kind of shifted the registration process. Yeah. You got to register with the international, get an international registration plan. You got to get the IFTA stickers. You got to get an MC number. You got to get a bunch of different things. You got to interview drivers.
And that's coming in your course, right?
This guy is crazy.
Hey, nah. But y'all can really tap in because you feel me. He know,
Hey, my guy
this
is
some
wild.
Insider trading tips, bro. Right here.
Look, man. Hey, Xander, my guy. Nah, maybe not. But yeah, we pretty much had to interview the driver over the Zoom. We couldn't meet the driver until it was time to get him in the actual truck. So we had to read his energy over Zoom. You know, we interviewed around 12 drivers.
Okay.
You know, and this driver, just when he answered the phone, we knew, like, oh, this guy, like he answered the phone with that energy, just like that positive vibe, you know. And I had to really check my ego on a lot of these calls because some of these guys were talking real aggressive, like, and I'm like, I don't understand with the energy, but I got to be professional. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't call them as the owner. You know, I'm a younger guy, so I'm strategic. You know, I'm calling them as an interviewer. You know, and I'm telling them I'm going to talk to the owner and let them know kind of what I heard. So I also got to see how they treated the interviewer. Like, they didn't think I was, you know, the I don't like the boss term, but
facts.
they didn't know that I would be the one that's cutting them a check.
Yeah, but that's the psychology behind it. You know
for sure.
For
sure. Yeah, I wanted to know what type, you know, what kind of person they were. And yeah, so a couple of those people, they had really good resumes, but their energy was whack. You know, they looked amazing on paper, but you know, just their soul was just not.
And that's the key thing that you just said. You look good on paper, but who are you as a person? Where's your character?
For sure.
That's key.
Yeah, that's something for everybody. Yeah. You know, especially Instagram models.
Yeah, facts.
Say no.
You stupid.
Instagram, you cool, but like, how are you in person? Exactly. What is the mental about? Like, how are you? You know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you know, all those kind of things. But yeah, man. So that's pretty much that. You know, I like to go off on tangents. So I'm gonna
you good. So I know you said you come from a family of hustlers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I can relate to.
Yeah.
Mom, single parent. You know what I'm saying? Raised 3 boys, and she maneuvered. You know what I'm saying? Some things she did, I'm just like, wow, how did you do that? So. Being that you came from those family of hustlers, what was something that was instilled to you that you seen growing up?
Yeah.
To be like, okay, I see how they maneuvering. How can I change my path where I can live the life that they're living and beyond that?
And beyond that is the key. I had both of my parents growing up. You know what I mean? My mom was a really, really hard worker, still a hard worker. My dad was really, really hard worker and still a hard worker. I grew up, they 2 separate households, but still I had both parents, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, that's
you
a
get
blessing.
What I'm saying? So I just want to throw that out there, because a lot of times people run from that narrative. They want to, you know, attach themselves to a narrative that's not really theirs. That's not my story.
Who are you?
No, for sure. That's not my story. You know what I mean? But my parents both got it. They got it out the mud for real. You know, both of them. You know what I mean? They built, you know, ideas that was in their own brain and manifested and made those actual businesses. The first business that they collaborated on was Strictly Business.
Okay.
It was a hair salon.
Okay.
They had gumball machines in there. They had, you get a pager in there as well. And my dad cut hair, and my mom did hair.
Yeah.
They saved up money. They bought a building across the street, and that was Strictly Business convenience store. They had a convenience store. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was, you know, when I was 3 or 4 years old, I'm at a register, you know, like you see like in these, some of these shops you go into that's owned by foreigners, you'll see the kids at the register and helping out. Like, that was my experience. I was, you know, I think it's oh, it's good? Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
But so what I did was I went ahead and I, you know, kind of accepted my fate in the sense. Like, I didn't run from, like, my parents were, you know, they are 2 staples in my life. You get what I'm saying? And they hustled in 2 different kind of ways. Yes, and sir. I got to take the best parts of each of them and use that to my benefit. You know, my grandmother, my grandmother Smith was also like a really, really hard worker. You get what I'm saying? She raised 7 kids. You know what I mean? And you know, that's motivation. If that ain't motivation, then what is? You know.
So what it sounds like, this was already in the DNA.
It's in the DNA,
it's
man.
Already there.
It's in the DNA, man. Like, you know, you got to take action though. You know, and that's one thing me and my dad talk about. You know, it's like it's one thing to have someone give you knowledge and give you keys or whatever, But it's a whole nother thing to take that information and take it to the next level.
Yes.
You know, everybody can't do that. Some people get the information and they just sit on it.
Yep.
I act on it. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's the difference. Hey, that's real though.
That's just the difference. That's all.
You trigger from those words. You trigger and you align you connect the dots as the words are being spoken. You like
Correct.
boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
All right, let's get it done.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me?
Because it makes sense now.
Yeah,
it's like,
it makes
okay,
sense.
if you like, you know, and it's from simple things. Like you think about how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It sounds simple, but there's a lot of steps.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have the resource, you got to go to the store.
Yep.
But in order to get to the store, you got to do it. You got to put your clothes on, get in the car. Hopefully, you know how to drive. Cut the car on, and then you drive to the store. You know.
But with that being said, that like you said, that's a process to it, but it's a simple process to it.
Exactly.
And if you take that time out and really go through the steps,
right,
think about how much money you can save.
For sure.
You feel me?
For sure.
I used to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches daily before I went to work or whatever.
Right.
Because I'm like, go get fast food. That's $7-10, and I could have just made a
talk
PB&J.
about it. Listen,
you know what
talk
I'm saying?
about
so
it.
that's that analogy alone that you just mentioned lets you know, like, are you willing to take the steps to go through this little process?
Once you learn how to make a peanut butter and jelly, you never have to learn again.
Yeah,
that's how I looked at business.
Okay.
Once I learned it,
it's a hard skill.
It's like, okay, now it's go time. Everything I want to do, if I want to do it, I'm going to do it.
Facts.
And once I learn it, I know it, and now it's my duty to give that same game. I tell people all the time, like, you know, I joke around and say, I don't know nothing. I'm just telling you what I read in books, what my mentors told me, what my parents told me, my experiences. That's all I'm telling you. This is not information I created. Yep. You know what I mean? This is stuff that was given to me, and I'm just giving it to you. Don't look at me as I'm the resource. I'm not the source. Shout out to Jerome O's. Shout out to my guy, Jerome O's. You know what I'm talking about. You know, there's a difference between being, you know, the source and the resource. You know what I mean? The Bible is the source. The preachers are the resource. So if they give it to you in a different way, you just got to go to the source to clear it up. That's all.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. I like that. Yeah.
Sure.
So what would you say is your superpower?
My superpower is the ability to turn negatives into positives.
Facts.
There's nothing that happens that I can't flip into a positive. Nothing. You can throw me 3 different things like this happened. What's the positive to it? I could tell you one. And, you know, maybe not as instant. You know, some things that you experience in life are just detrimental. It's it's difficult to get through. But I promise you, like in time, you'll figure out like the reason.
But like you said, in time, and it's a lot of experiences that only just need time for you to get through. Like just like emotions. Like I like, you know, we all, you know, got girls or have dealt with women. And in that instance, you mad. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you something crazy, right? So this is what I learned about myself. Whenever I was in a relationship and, like, my first time being cheated on was in high school. Actually, she didn't cheat on me, but she dealt with somebody that I knew. It cut because I was around them. Like, she met him through me kind of thing. So it was just like, but what I realized was, I wasn't emotionally hurt. It was my ego. My ego was hurt.
That
the fact
ego
that I
thing.
thought, and once you get rid of ego, a lot of things won't really hurt you because, you know, now that I'm older, you know, it's certain sayings that I won't say on this podcast, but we just know how it go. You know, we're not new to it, we're true to it.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, but and what's interesting, you know, being in these different realms, whether it be in entrepreneurship, on the workforce, in a relationship, dealing with, you know, spirituality. Ego is a man's downfall.
For sure.
And if you can, like you said, tap into that ego and realize this is what's hindering me.
Right.
This is what I really need to process instead of picking up these different identities or maybe objections to things.
And you know, sometimes ego is all you have, right? And it's like you feel like nobody's supporting you. You got your ego, but you have to learn. Like ego can be your best enemy. I mean, your best friend or your worst enemy is your choice. Sword. It can be a double-edged sword if you allow it to be. You know, if you allow it to blind you, like, you know, the worst things can happen to you. You know, like death. Your ego make you feel like you invincible. Life will show you. Life will show you. Like it, you know, life will show you like that you're not invincible. So it's just like having ego can help you grow and reach your biggest goals. But having ego can also blind you and kind of be the reason that you have a downfall.
Facts.
Rest in peace, Nipsey. I don't think he had ego, but if Nipsey can be touched in the area where he owned that building, he did everything he needed to do to earn his stripes in that area. And for him to be taken away the way he was, that hurt, because it's like, if they did that to Nipsey, I know what they'll do to me.
Yeah, that's facts. But also, I read 50 Cent's book.
Which one? The 50th Power or
not the 50th Power?
The new joint.
The new one. The new
I didn't read that one yet.
Yeah, tap into that.
Okay.
It's a lot of psychology to it, and it's a lot of ways to maneuver. And he talked about he was a part of Run DMC. His name was he also got killed in his neighborhood.
Right.
And what 50 was
in the
saying,
studio.
Yep. And what 50 was saying is you have to leave the neighborhood. Not to say you gotta leave it.
Right.
But you can't be a part of it in that
Right.
sense anymore.
Right.
So you not disassociating because you're always from there. You can pop through, but you can't be there no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a hard lesson in that too. Like,
Lions eat, bro.
Yes.
Lions eat, bro. Like,
Yeah.
That's just how it go. But like people, like just because you're big dog, like you're not the only one that want to be big dog. Like it's other people that want that
Yeah.
spot too.
And they're willing to take you out.
Oh, for sure.
But it's for they don't have an action plan after that.
No,
they just
not
want
at
to
all.
defame you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, man, that's a whole nother
I
conversation.
mean, misguided hunger, bro.
Yeah.
Misguided hunger, misguided lions that are misguided. A lot of us are lions at heart. We have the roar of lions, but some of us are true leaders, and some of us are like the worst followers. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
And imagine a pack of lions that's being led by a Scar.
Whew. Yeah,
If y'all seen Lion King,
yeah, that's facts.
Scar was a snake.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine, a pack of lions being led by a Scar. Like that's like, I mean, that's Chicago. That's some areas of Norfolk. That's Baltimore. That's like, misguided hunger. Like we are our own enemy, bro. Like it's not us against each other. It's us on teams against the problem. The problem is not each other. It's other things, which I don't want to target on my back, so I'm not about to talk about on the podcast.
Facts.
But like we gotta be on teams, man. We can't be against each other.
And like you said, being on teams, monopolizing. That's a monopoly. You know what I'm saying? When you got a team, y'all, that's the best time to form a monopoly.
Yeah.
Look at most of these corporate companies. You know what I'm saying? They're not here by accident. They're here because they had a team and they're like, oh, well, we can all make money. We can all do this together. It's just a matter of people not being selfish with that vision. And they like, oh, well, this is what I want to do. Nah, you can do that, but let's all do this so you can really excel in that.
Correct.
So, but yeah, man, we ain't gonna eat y'all up, man. It's a lot more game where that came from. Go ahead and drop your IG, any contact information you want to give, so people can tune in and
For sure. My Instagram is Reggie Prevail. My Twitter is Reggie Prevail. Facebook Reginald Prevail. My personal website is and you guessed it, reggieprevail.com.
Yes, sir.
You can learn more about Prevail Group at prevailgroup.net. You can learn more about Option 2 at myoption2.org. Beast Coast, shout out to my partner, Jalen. You can check us out at beastcoasttrucking.com. One last thing I want to say is I want to thank, Xander for, creating this podcast and creating a platform where young people like me who don't get, the spotlight like your local rappers and stuff like that. You give us the opportunity to talk our shit, you know what I'm saying? And to pretty much just present, positive information. Rappers and entertainers, they're highlighted every day of our lives, but rarely are, the people that have a positive message or that have knowledge that can shift the culture are given the platform. So thank you.
And what you saying that we creating a niche market. You know what I'm saying? We're creating an ecosystem.
For sure.
That soon will swallow another ecosystem.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're creating right now.
For sure. And don't ask if you got somebody in your neighborhood that is super confident and that, are really proud of themselves and salute themselves, you know, support them like you support the rappers. You know, if you can listen to the Baby or, you know, NBA Youngboy, you can listen to NBA Youngboy brag about killing somebody. If you can listen to Meg Thee Stallion brag about her body, then you should be able to listen to the local entrepreneurs who usually are only supporting themselves. They're the only ones that's supporting themselves. You should be able to listen to them pop theirs too.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, especially if it's about business and entrepreneurship, and if it's about you know, just positive stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like, allow people to be proud of themselves. And the reason I threw that out there, because, you know, there's a lot of people that, you know, they'll take your happiness or you being proud of yourself as you being cocky, or you think you better than nobody. I don't think I'm no better than NBA Youngboy. We both confident and cocky. We're just talking about two different things. I'm not going to talk about killing nobody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about generational wealth. We're going to talk about, you know, putting ourselves in positions and putting our families in positions to win. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, Xander. And in about a year's time, let's get back on here so I can get them an update on Beast Coast when it's $1 million company. And you know, like I'm thankful to have brothers like you that's around and that's pushing the positivity, bro. It really means a lot.
It's a privilege. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Who I Am show. This is brought to you by Innovator Multimedia. And thank you guys for tuning in.